Don't concentrate on the finger or you will miss all that heavenly glory.
So let's just say that I make my own simulation.
Goat Podcast. Goat Podcast. We're going to do Welcome to the Goat. Welcome to the Goat Podcast. We're here. We're going to talk. It's been a long time. It's been a long time, but we're here now. And that's what matters. We're glad you came to join us.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
So
I so want that to be my radio voice.
what the deep
How
voice.
are you? Let's really contemplate life and what it's all about to be real men.
I have a text message from Jake the Snake saying that he was here.
Roberts?
Jake the Snake
Yeah,
Roberts.
brother. No, that's not Jake this. Brother, what's that? Macho Man.
Oh, yeah, Macho Man. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can smell. I was going to say smell what The Rock is cooking.
Yeah, that's a complete different guy.
The Rock. I am a big fan of Dwayne Johnson, dude. He's an inspiring individual. He is a monster of a man. I absolutely love that guy.
Okay. All right.
So when he endorses Joe Biden, though, I'm like, look, you can be a lib Democrat and listen to Goat. We're not going to judge you. But Joe Biden, that's the
Right.
best you can throw up there?
I got to fix something real quick.
All right.
But you can keep going.
It's not grounded properly, so it's got a little buzzing in the Facebook live, which I know nothing about. But I can tell you this, that Dwayne Johnson is, he's endorsing Joe Biden. Now, Joe Biden, in my opinion, is not the cream of the crop when it comes to you Democratic people, you Democrats, you libs. That's cool. We love you anyway. But you gotta put somebody else in that chair, in that mix, in that thing to fight for. You guys want to fight for the country. You're going to do that with Joe Biden? I don't get it. It's been a few weeks since we've met. I went to Sacramento to open an office for my company. And I've been working tirelessly to make sure that I save people's houses from termites. And over the last week, can you believe it? My guitar superhero died. Eddie Van Halen, rest in peace. Rest in peace. Hope you knew Jesus, because I really want to jam. Dude, Eddie Van Halen is the reason. It's got to be one of the key reasons I got into playing guitar.
Oh, really?
Eddie Van Halen?
Dude.
Yes.
So
That guy's a wizard.
I had to just take it off now. They can still hear us, though.
Yeah, good.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's good with me. Can you smoke that? Can you smoke the crack? Can you pass the crack over?
They can still hear us. Maybe talk a little louder, but it should be good.
We can talk a little louder. We can do whatever we want to do. We have a challenge coming up in a couple weeks. I think. Is it going to be a couple weeks, you think, Josh, or what? The hot sauce thing?
I don't know when we're going to get it.
Should do it. There's got to be a hot. You know where there's a hot sauce place? I bet it's down by in Long Beach.
Oh, okay.
That
yeah.
Marina.
Yeah, I know what you're
whatever.
talking about. Yeah.
I bet you there's some hot sauce places down there.
Oh, for sure, dude.
We don't need to use the Hot Ones hot sauce because they.
No, I want to use those.
Oh, you want to use those specifically?
Yeah.
Why not? Can't we order them? Can we order them on Amazon or something?
Well, Stacy and I are gonna go on a vacation and stuff like that.
Oh, sweet.
And
okay.
so when we do that, that's when I'll get
Go
it.
Beans. Where are you going?
San Diego.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where yet, but the first week of November, we really want to go, just the two of us.
Yeah, that's a good idea. A little date weekend.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
or maybe even just like a day or a night. Just like a Sunday night to a Monday.
Yeah.
Just take the Monday off.
That's not a bad idea. I mean, Carly and I and the kid, we went to the zoo, San Diego
The
Zoo a few weeks
kid.
ago. Yeah, she's 18 now. Oof.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Abby. She takes her driving test on Thursday.
Yeah,
The
I
three-
saw that. She posted something on Instagram. Said,
Yeah,
does
so-
anybody have any
Tips,
tips
pointers.
Yeah.
She's trying to cram and she's going to get it. She'll do fine. Hey, nice thing is, check this out, dude. COVID year, they shrunk the time for the test down because they
Okay.
don't want to be locked in a car.
For
long periods of time.
periods of time. So how
It's like 15 minutes.
are you serious?
Yeah, dude, it's 15 minutes to find out if an 18-year-old girl can drive or
Can
not.
drive, dude. That's. I remember they made me go on the freeway, around the block. They made me pull up against a curb, go backwards and forwards, and
No, man,
Everything,
they're
dude.
dumbing down everything lately. They're dumbing down everything.
that's funny.
They don't care if you know how. They just want to make sure you're not going to kill anybody.
Well, yeah, I hope.
What does the red light mean?
Right.
Go.
Go.
Yeah. So when you did that bananas 5 times real quick,
Oh man.
what do you do to the green light? Stop. You're like, really? I tricked you. I tricked you. Say pots 5 times really fast. And then, those mental games.
Mental games.
You ever play those mental games? Mental games? So it's been a while since here we are. So Sacramento office opened. Eddie Van Halen died.
Yeah.
First debate out of the way. Second debate canceled.
Well, also VP debate.
Yeah, VP debate. That was a good one.
Yeah, you were kind of sketchy about it because you didn't know how Pence would do. But
I don't know Pence, dude.
But I
He's got-
told you. I
He's got
told
the-
you he's confident. I told you that's the way he is.
He's got the personality of like cardboard. He just, he doesn't strike me as somebody who's. He's
But-
definitely the opposite of Donald Trump.
Oh, dude, they balance each other out. I'm sure.
My God, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Donald Trump's off the rails, loose cannon. I mean, the stuff he says. I love what he says. I don't really care.
Yeah, I don't care
I don't
either.
think you should. I don't think you should have to act presidential.
Well, that's what politicians do. They brush up.
Yep.
They wash up on the questions, and they're fed, leading questions,
Right.
and so they don't look bad, and so they could remember the answer and then just explain it right when the question is asked. Compared to, Republicans do the same thing,
Sure.
but Trump, he's not a politician. He's not washed up from the swamp like he's trying to drain right now.
Yeah.
I saw an ad that was called Biden the swamp creature. But yeah, dude, come on, bro. I told you that's the way he was.
Dude, he's good. I mean, look, Mike Pence, whatever. I mean, I like anybody who's not acting. It's very rare, man. When you get into politics, whether it's local, state, federal,
Right.
all these people are acting a particular way in front of all of us. And in the back room, they're wheeling, making deals. You got Democrats and Republicans sitting in the back room, making, for the cameras, they talk all this, oh, so-and-so is for corporations and profits and this and that, blah, 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 blah. And they're all taking opposite stances in front of the camera. And then in the back room, they're on the same page.
Well, hopefully. That's the way it's supposed to be.
They're all getting paid by big corporations.
Yeah, but that's the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to hear it out. Go to do what you got to do in the deliberation rooms or whatever we want to call them, and then meet in the middle.
Well, yeah. That's what you hope.
That's what you hope.
Yeah.
But what is happening right now is you have the president, right? But you also have the House, which is mainly Democratic.
Is the House dominated by the Democrats currently?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
But the Senate,
So the House,
is ruled by the Republicans.
yeah, but the House
So-
manages the budget,
Right.
right?
And then the Senate handles legislation, right?
legislation, yeah.
And then judicial with the Supreme Court.
Well, see, and that's the thing, though, right? When you bring up the Supreme Court alongside of those 3 levels of government,
Well, those are the main branches of government.
but you almost make those are the only branches of government. So when you talk about the Supreme Court in that same breath, you almost make the Supreme Court like a fourth branch of government.
Well, I mean, okay. The three main branches of government is the executive, the judicial, and the legislation, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So I think, doesn't the Senate fall under the judicial?
The Senate is the judiciary, I think. Yeah. I think the House. So the House
The
is
Supreme Court
the Supreme Court is
is a completely
separate.
different
Yeah.
branch of
They're
government.
not government.
Right. They're
Anything.
They're law.
They're
And-
law,
Law. Yeah.
supposedly.
Right. So tell me about that.
Well, it seems, it's what's fascinating to me is because the Supreme Court can be any number of people, as long as it's an odd number of people.
Yeah, because you want to have it fair. You want that odd number person to be the tiebreaker.
But you want your Supreme Court, because they're talking about laws, you want the Supreme Court to be founded solely on what is constitutional. Like, these people are constitutional scholars.
Yeah.
Judges, attorneys, people who have gone through and understand what it is to have and interpret laws, current and historical, in the light of our Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
That's their job. So it's like so you get 9 people currently, which is
that's what I was going to ask. My next question was, it'll be too much information to try to look it on there. How many seats, how many chairs are in the Supreme Court?
There's 9
right now.
Yeah, there's 9. Well, it's been like that for a long time.
Yes,
9
but
people.
Now we're having a dilemma where the far progressive left want to pack the court.
Yeah.
Which would change, and they want to pack it with progressive.
Well, if they get control, they'll be able to pack the court with as many progressive judges as they want.
Right.
So now, instead of 9, if they decide they want 19 or 103,
they can do
or
it.
whatever.
Yeah.
They can do it.
Right.
And change. Basically, here's what I would see happening if they packed a court. They packed a court with a ton of libs, right, that are going to bend things. Then when a vote doesn't go their way, they send it to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court then decides the vote. So you essentially in packing the court, you essentially make the Supreme Court the fourth
branch of government.
Right. That vetoes and trumps everything that anybody could ever do.
Right.
It's bizarre, man. That would be so silly.
So you're also saying that if we're only going to have, well, I shouldn't say the conservatives and the Republicans would only have what? I mean, they're just going to start packing it with liberal justices, and the Republicans can't,
so
let's just say there's how many in there right now? So there's 4 and 4. Wait, there's 4 and 5,
there's 4
right?
and 4.
4 and 4 right now.
Right.
Which right now they're trying to look for the 9th one.
Well, she did her Senate hearing today.
Yes.
Whatever her name is, I forget.
Right. Amy
Conway or whatever it is.
Conway Barrett or something
like a bunch of names.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah.
But so then it goes that way. So then it's 5-4, let's say. Conservative, liberal.
Right.
Even though, by the way, if you interpret the Constitution the way that it was intended to be interpreted, there shouldn't be liberal conservative judges.
Right. And that's what their whole thing is. They want to make, well, because I guess they're afraid of the Affordable Care Act getting slashed out of law, and abortion not being funded by the federal, our taxes.
Why
and
should
stuff
we fund
anymore.
it anyway? Really,
we shouldn't.
But
that's what's on the table, and that's what they're afraid of, and that's why they want to pack the court. So my question was, are we still going to have the 4 or 5 with them having like 20?
No, right. Well, look.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah, that's what will happen. So if Trump gets Amy Conway, whatever her name is, in now, and then loses the election, it'll be 5-4.
Right.
Then if Biden packs the court, they can add however many number. Now, I'm not sure what they need. They may need a 2/3 vote from the Senate to pack the court. But if they have the Senate seats,
right, then
they can, and they get the 2/3 vote. They can decide. the Senate and the executive branch can decide how many Supreme Court justices should we have.
Oh, and then make it into legislature, and then make it into law of the land.
Yeah.
And
So it's hard to get 2/3 vote. So it's a perfect storm.
right.
But if you could theoretically pack so many people that are heavy on your side that the tides of that wouldn't change for decades.
Right.
If
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
Supreme Court justices that were in their early 40s, dude, they could be in there till they're 80.
Right. Until they're dead.
Yeah,
Until
40
they die.
years.
Yeah. Until they die.
So you essentially have
It's a lifelong position.
you essentially have a fourth branch of government where all the people were not elected and they have lifetime sentences, basically.
Right.
Like what?
That should be illegal.
Dude, that shit. Well, it's not.
Because you're not making it fair. And now the country is going to go down.
Well, that in itself is not constitutional.
So, yeah, exactly. So they're going to have to try to write it into constitutional law.
Oh, yeah.
But that's when they have the Congress, the presidency, and the Senate. That's when they can actually do that, right?
Well, they can do that, I think, if they have 2/3, if they have the executive and then the 2/3 vote in the Senate.
I think it'll be
They
too.
could do that.
I still think it's too hard because it's hard to
2/3
change.
is hard.
It's not only that, but I think it's also hard to change constitutional law.
Sure.
There's like
And it
blocks.
should be.
Yeah, there's blocks. Like you have to go through it'll take years for that, I think,
Yeah.
for that to happen.
But if they start down the road and they have the votes and they can do it and they do it, that's it, man. That's the end of the republic.
Yeah,
We
I
essentially
believe so.
we
We'll
essentially
be a communist country.
we essentially become a country run by legislators and by the courts.
And every single country that has that, what happens to them?
It's not long. It's not long, bro.
Right, I know.
Once you take freedom of speech, freedom of religion, all these things that make this country so great, once you start taking those things away, you have a country just like any other country that flounders or fails. And
I think it's more freedom from Christianity. That's what I believe it is. It's not just
maybe.
They want to take God out of America.
Yeah, I think that, I think there are some people who want to do that for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I know there are a lot of Democrats who are Catholic, maybe Christians. You know, honestly, in my mind, I don't know how either or could go that way because of the whole abortion thing. And I'm not for abortion. I'm pro-life.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
That'd be really tough to compromise my faith in that way.
Sure.
And, you know, I know they're good people and stuff like that. I would definitely probably sit down with, you know, these people that I see on TV that I don't like their policies. Doesn't mean they're a bad person necessarily. Just don't like their policies. So I forgot where I was going with this.
Dude, they're good people.
Right. They are good people, but then you have those ones where it's just like straight.
There are some that are very vehemently,
And that's when they're that's why I think it's more freedom from Christianity because, you know, they're not offended by Buddha. They're not offended by Muhammad. You know, they're not offended by, you know, what do you call it? Those pantheists or polytheistic people and on all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
it's an interesting trait, man. I think if you got a whole society, which we're working on right now, if you got a whole society, if you did slowly erase morality from the structure of our country, and let's say in a generation or two, because that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about this generation. We're talking about little moves, maybe next generation or the generation after, where everybody is so fixated on themselves, on sex, on entertainment,
right,
on being high or drunk or being whatever. They're so distracted that the people who hunger for power rise to the top and just manipulate everything. And,
right.
You know.
So I was listening to the hearings today, and they were talking about what was it? Was it Pack in the Court? It was something, and then I completely lost what were you talking about right now?
I was talking. What meme? What I was talking? What was I talking about?
Yeah. It'll probably spark the thing in my brain.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about how, generations from now, if you erase morality, you're just going to basically have a society of people who are super distracted. Their own sexuality, their own outrage, their own everything.
Well, yeah, morality, which I believe is an absolute thing, they're trying to change to relativity. So my wife would always say, I think the one world religion is going to be liberalism.
Could be.
Because then everybody's going their own way. Everybody's taking the wide road, right?
Yeah, but I think that, yes.
People are taking the wide road because, if you don't believe in God, fine. If you believe in Buddha, fine. If you believe in it, but Christians, we're gonna push them to the side. You know what I mean? We'll give them, the smallest state in the whole country.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Which is weird.
Like,
considering,
what do you call that? Apartheid? Like,
segregation.
Segregation,
right.
apartheid. Like you're just taking people and you're putting them apart from everything else.
Yeah.
So. That would be crazy.
Well, it would be weird considering we're one of the only groups of people who preach obedience to government.
Yeah.
Like
and it's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like we will obey our leaders in as far as they don't tell us to stop preaching the gospel, stop worshiping God.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You leave us alone, man, and we're preaching obedience to government.
Right.
And yet you want to shut us up. Well,
yeah.
that is one move.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know any other religion that preaches obedience to government.
No, look, man, Hindus are burning themselves in the street and protest against, the atrocities that they face.
Like the monks. They
face atrocities, right? They face some stuff.
Their government isn't very, and that's how you want it. That's how people want it.
Right. But if you got rid of morality, if you got rid of Christians, let's say as a people group, what do you have, man? You have but I don't know. See, I don't know if liberals is the one world, because if you look at the liberals on a scale of far absolute left and then centrist left leaning, you let them argue long enough and it seems like they'll eat their own. The super fanatical gays will completely just destroy the people who aren't pro-gay enough.
Right. I see what you mean.
Right.
And that's what progressive means. So maybe it's progressivism.
It's progressive to what? To where? Who decides what is progress?
Well, that's what they're putting on themselves now. That's what makes it relative.
The role of what progress is, the standard.
Right. Oh, there will be no standard anymore.
Well, their standard. Their standard.
That's what,
you're not progressive enough.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you would have to be, progressive, and then so you're saying it's even going to get worse than what it is now. I mean, it could only get worse.
Well, it's going to get worse. But even if they managed to erase Christians from society, which they're doing a pretty good job at it.
Cancel culture. Hello.
Well, look, if you watch any sitcom, every major group is represented in a sitcom.
Yeah.
Except Christians and except for religious people.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, not to just point out Christians. I mean, there's no real Buddhists and Muslims and Jews represented in sitcoms.
Well,
they tend to stick away from
a lot of Jews.
Well, in entertainment, period. Because they're funny as hell.
Hell yeah.
You know those Jews. I'm a Jew. I got about 11%.
I got 2%.
So that's why I'm funny.
I only got 2%.
Shoot. And that's why you're not. Just kidding.
Whatever, dude.
I'm teasing. You're hilarious.
He's weird.
Because I'm Jewish. I got a little Jew boy in me. I can say Jew boy because I'm Jewish.
So can I.
Dude, I can talk about gay people because I grew up amongst all the gay people.
Mm-hmm.
I can talk about minorities because all my friends are minorities.
I'm a minority.
I know, and you're my friend. So I got the cards, baby. I got them all.
I got a lot of cards.
You do.
I got the street card.
Heck yeah. Got the street card, got the gay card, got the minority card.
Dude, I got it all.
Yep. You got the atheist card and the Christian card.
Not only that, but I also have the satanic card.
Got the satanic card.
Dude, if I want to
That's a hard card to get.
If I want to go preach to some Satanists, dude, I got it, bro.
Dude, I know. That's a hard card.
Yeah.
You got to go through some reps
No,
to get the Satan card.
the way that you the way I figured that you use apologetics towards a Satanist is you have to, because their whole thing is Satan loves you. Satan loves you enough to where God didn't want you to have all the knowledge in the world, but Satan loved you enough that he told you to eat, and then you got all the knowledge of the world.
Right.
That's their mentality.
That's funny.
So
dude.
the apologetic is to attack or raise questions towards that.
Well, and that would be like
And that right there would switch the whole mind frame.
yeah, I think Cornelius Van Til was like the founder of the thinking of type of apologetic was the presuppositional apologetics.
Presupposition. Yeah.
You know, where you discuss, you don't argue or bat, you discuss the presuppositions undergirding your belief.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And then discuss, the alternative later. And I think that's true. You can do that with anything. I mean, some people hold really hard to a school of apologetics.
Yeah.
where
a little too much.
Where I think there's, the several schools have each their own place. Like if I'm talking to an atheist, presuppositional apologetics fits.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Let's talk about the evolution from one kind to a different kind.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what that might mean in terms of worldview.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And where I would say that as an atheist, yes, if you want to kill your baby in the womb, sure. Why not? But why wait? But why not smoke the kid 6 months after it's born if you decide you don't like it?
And why don't you like capital punishment? You could just consider that late term abortion.
Yeah, late. Like late. Dude's like 45.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just like, hey, sorry, son.
Gotta abort you.
Gotta abort you now. Right? That's I guess that would make sense if the parent did it.
Right. You would make the parent do it.
Right. You
would have to make,
and that would make sense because then I think you know what we stumbled across here, ladies and gentlemen.
A new law?
You know why?
No.
There's one reation.
No.
There's only one reason I am almost leaning against the death penalty, and that is because data shows that there's up to 35% of the people on death row are innocent.
Yeah. That.
So I don't want to kill innocent people. That sucks. And so to the extent that you would kill an innocent person for a crime they didn't commit is bad. So the answer is right there where you said it. Have the parent do it. Because if the parent comes out in late term abortion, 45-year-old man, and he goes, hey, your son is being accused of murdering 16 people in a church. And then the parent's going to be the one that go, yeah, he did it.
I got it.
Yeah. Don't worry, I got this.
It makes even more sense too because that the famous obey your mother and your father.
Oh yeah.
Because it'll be well for you.
It's the only law with a promise.
With the promise, you know why? Because if you mouth off to your parents so much and you have to keep disciplining them, guess what the next thing is?
Late term abortion.
Yeah, throw them in a hole. Right? That's what they do. Yeah.
Stone them to death.
They throw you in a hole and they stone you to death.
Yeah. Well, look, you can't let dishonoring of parents go.
Right. Never. Never.
Look,
I love my parents.
When your kids start disobeying and dishonoring you, dude, if you don't put that to rest, like now, it's going to be a rough road.
Yeah. He already killed 16. If we let him go, how many more do you think he's going to kill?
Dude, as soon as
we can't just keep letting him out so he can kill 20 more people and then come back in.
That's what I'm saying, man.
You need to handle business.
You want to know what good discipline is? Good discipline is when your son gets a little taller than you and thinks he can take you out, and then postures up one day, right?
And you just deck him.
The very first time he flexes on you like that, put him down.
Yeah.
Like hard.
Right.
And kick him a couple times. What
Kick-
you want, boy?
kick a
What you
mother
want?
down.
Yeah. What you want, boy?
Now you're just talking about beating your kid.
I'm talking about teaching him not to dishonor me. You dishonor me, right? But
Yeah.
it's got to be the first time because as soon as he knows he can kick your ass, you lost control of your house.
So that's your rod.
Dude, that's my rod. But it's got to happen fast.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
as
you're
soon
right.
as he knows he can take you out, he's the alpha in the house.
I don't think so.
I think so,
I
dude.
don't think so.
Oh yeah, dude.
No.
Oh yeah, as soon as he knows that he can beat your ass, he's gonna own the house.
Not if he's raised right.
Well, look, if he's raised right, he won't flex on you.
Right, exactly. But if he does,
But if he does,
you better make sure you knock him out
that's how you raise him
and
right.
then kick him.
That's how you raise him right.
You're a fool.
That's that's proper raising right there, dude. That might be the last time you have to discipline that boy,
Hopefully,
right? It's gonna be the last time.
unless
'cause-
he likes getting beat up.
well, because the first time, the first time Abby hit Carly in anger, boom, Rod got the spanking.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right, first time she never hit her again.
Okay.
Never ever.
Yeah.
Right. So then fast forward 16, 17 years. Now let's say it's a boy because he's all twacked out on freaking testosterone and stuff. He doesn't know who he is.
Gacked out on
He's all
testosterone.
gacked out on testosterone and caffeine, just coming at you like he knows something. He's just like, what are you going to do, Dad? Huh? Dude, after that second, if he's not asleep, you lost your house.
That is so funny.
That's,
I don't know how we got there.
that's what happens when you pack the court, bro.
That is what happens when you pack the court
what
because
happens.
that's where people's minds will go when their own personal morality is the main focus of the whole world.
Dude, imagine a society.
Just imagine that
Where-
with no, just one law of the land,
there's one.
one religion of the whole
Well,
world.
there's the problem though.
one mindset, which is you could bring it down to one general thing, but really relative morality would expand to
Right.
so many weird things.
Dude, how many times could you go to the polls and vote for stuff and have it overturned by the court before you give up?
Right.
You're like, oh, okay. Like in California, dude, our vote don't count here.
Oh hell no.
All of our electoral votes are going to Biden.
Right. Yeah,
all
for
of
sure.
them.
Yeah.
Regardless of how we feel or how we vote, all of our electoral votes are going to Biden. So our vote doesn't matter.
Well, for the popular vote,
Yeah, but the popular vote doesn't win the election.
It doesn't, but for me, I would love to see Trump win by popular and electoral. Because then
I would too.
they would have nothing
They would have nothing.
to say.
Sure, right. No, they have nothing.
And that's the reason why they want to do mail-in ballots, because it's going to take that long to count the ballots.
Yeah.
And then it's going to take pretty much what's her face Pelosi's going to be acting president if they can't count the votes in time.
Oh my God, could you imagine? Nancy Pelosi is the acting president.
So she would be president for what, 3 months?
Oh my God, that'd be hilarious.
And then speaker, she's the speaker, and then who's after the speaker? Chief of staff?
Who's after the speaker?
Yeah.
You got the speaker of the House, and then you have the
VP.
the House Minority Leader.
House Minority Leader. So what's his name?
Yeah, whatever his name is.
Schumer? Schumer, right? Chuck
Is it
Schumer?
Chuck Schumer, yeah. Maybe. Oh yeah, is that it?
Dude,
Yeah.
the House leader.
Dude, yeah.
Not the Senate
Yeah, dude,
majority leader. The House.
They could,
leader.
yeah. So with this election, they could they have a good chance. It would be very difficult for them to do, but they could change the fabric of our politics,
From what goes on forever.
our political leadership.
Yeah, forever.
Yep.
It's going to change everything if they pack
Sure.
the House.
What do you have if you have
Because-
a House, a Senate, and an executive branch that's all being trumped by the court?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you like? We've made votes here in California like that have won by a lot. I mean, you remember Proposition 8, gay marriage, right? Most Californians didn't want it. And so they voted no on Prop 8. Okay, fine. Look, that's the vote, man.
Yeah, and that's the vote.
That's what you get in a democracy, or in a republic like this. That's what you get, and you suffer the consequences of the vote. But not liberals. Liberals don't suffer the consequences of votes. They see the vote, they don't like the results, and they take it to the court. The court overturns it.
Yeah, they actually do something.
Yeah, they did it.
Yeah, and they did it, right.
Yeah, they did it.
Yeah, they took it to
They
the
basically
Supreme
said,
Court.
We hear you, Californians. We know you don't want gay marriage, but
That's kind of weird that California wouldn't want gay marriage.
well, I mean, at that time, well, it's a weird time, bro.
It's a weird time.
And it was
yeah.
a weird time when Prop 8 came out, and everybody was kind of like up in arms. They weren't quite sure where it was going to lead.
No, I remember that day when they announced it.
Oh yeah.
I was just like,
Well, and that's it.
you know, I mean, but it's equal for all, right? I mean,
I don't
it's
really-
hard. That's a hard one. Like,
I don't really care. I mean,
I don't really care either. But if you're gonna try to put me to jail because I say no to marrying somebody,
Oh yeah.
as a,
Well, then I care.
then I care,
Right.
because
right.
then I'm going to jail or fined. I can't even bake it. I can't even say no to baking a cake anymore.
Yeah, if you're
to-
going to try to force my business to
That's-
serve you, yeah,
that's
then
where
I'm
I
out.
care.
Like, I didn't have a problem with with two dudes getting married if that's what you really want to
Yeah,
do.
go do it somewhere else.
But don't force me
Don't
to
force me to do
participate.
it. Right.
Right. I don't really care, dude. I don't have a.
Yeah, I don't care either.
My relationship with my wife is between me, her, and God. That's what marriage is.
God, her, and you.
Yeah, God, her, and me. That's it. I see what you did there, though. The priorities, Dan.
right.
I get it.
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I heard it. But that's what I care about. I don't care about that state paper, necessarily that says, "Oh yeah, the state says that you're officially married. Congratulations." You're like,
Right.
"Oh well, God says we're officially married. Thank you very much, because we got married in front of witnesses and we didn't need your approval. Thank you, Mr. California."
Not only that, but before the eyes of the Lord, and making a covenant not only with your wife but with Him also.
Yeah, that's right. And so, look, two gay ladies want to freaking get married, have some certificate in California, whoop-de-doop-de, whatever. I don't care.
I think it's a law of the land now, though. It's not just
It's a
California.
law of the land now.
Yeah.
You can get married, and it hasn't really changed anything. I mean,
Right.
you don't see guys trying to marry their dogs yet,
Oh, dude, that's next though. I
but
think
that's what everybody
No,
was worried about.
I think somebody was going to because they wanted to.
They
Yeah.
should be allowed to, man. If you want to marry your dog, I think you should be allowed to.
That's gross.
I mean, yeah, it's gross.
That's that's pretty much when morality's out the door.
Well, I mean, it could be, but not everybody's going to want to sleep with their dog. So, I mean, that's a
I hope-
stonable offense in the Old Testament. By the way, you sleep
Yeah.
with your dog, you
Or any animal.
or any animal, you're gonna.
Yeah, bestialities.
You don't have room in society for people who want to bang pets.
the Muslims too, right? Islam.
Oh yeah, Islam. If a Muslim finds you banging your pet, they will automatically, without remorse, erase you from the earth
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, for sure.
And look, and I don't blame them.
Yeah, that's gross.
Poor
Poor dog.
You got a Labradoodle, adorable. You teach it how to play catch. It's a great companion. He doesn't expect the back end stuff. Doesn't
Yeah,
expect
that's weird.
it. Weird. Don't do that to your pets.
Never. But yeah, I mean, what is next? So you got LGBTQ. Now they want to get P in there for pedophilia.
Yeah, but you look, there's already groups that are,
They want pedophilia.
They want pedophilia. They want little boys and
Right. So
little
then,
girls.
what do you think is next after that? B? Another B?
Well, look at the Epstein.
A B, with a little 2 on the side as bestiality.
Yeah,
the-
bestiality. You can go pedophiles, bestiality.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
Satisfy your fleshly desires any way you want to satisfy your fleshly desires. And how dare you project your morality out on us?
But that's the thing. They want to make morality to, like what we said, your own morality.
Yeah, they'll make their own.
So then anything can go.
Anything that they approve.
Right. Because you can't tell me what to do.
No.
Your truth is not my truth.
Right.
So if I say it's okay
Yeah.
to go murder somebody because I really hate them, right?
Right.
I'm going to go kill that person. No, that's wrong. You can't do that. But it's okay for me to do it. Like,
Yeah, right.
Where does the law?
There's nothing, dude. It goes nowhere, dude.
That's what I'm saying. It's just going to go into a spirally pit, into
So when
a
you-
swamp.
Because when you pack the courts, that's in the inevitability. Well, they did it with the Affordable Care Act,
I know.
right? When they put all the paperwork through for the Affordable Care Act, and the Supreme Court took it upon themselves to change some of the wording so that somehow it was now not unconstitutional to force people to pay a fee for services.
Oh yeah.
And when I heard the reading of that, I was like, what in the hell is actually going on here?
Right.
Like, because they changed the word, like they changed the meaning of
I know.
of what they wrote down so that it would pass. Tell me there ain't some corrupt ass people in the government trying to force things through and your vote don't matter.
Right.
I mean, it does still matter. So go out and vote. Don't not vote, but you definitely don't want them packing the court. That could be the reason they would want to pack the court is because those judges could be there for another 10 years, right? Let's say this Amy lady gets her seat. That's 5-4. It could be 5-4 for 10, 15 years
yeah.
before the next judge dies or retires.
Right.
And they don't retire.
No. Why
they
would you
die
retire? Yeah,
because
they die.
it's the easiest freaking job on the planet. Where they work like 3 days a year or something. Anytime somebody wants to take something to the Supreme Court, they're there.
Right.
And they're like, all right, well,
Yeah.
we'll read it. All in favor? Aye. Well, all right, beach time. You know? So it's an easy job, but they could lose that influence in the Supreme Court for the next decade
Right.
if they lose this election. There's a lot at stake, man.
There's
a lot
so
of-
much at stake. Freedom of religion, not from religion. Freedom of religion. That's at stake. Can't worship. You're going to have to worship how we tell you to worship.
Or not worship at all, right?
Or not
they'll
worship
say,
at
hey,
all. Yeah.
are you
I
worshiping?
have a feeling they're going to try to put regulations and stuff like that. And we're, of course, tax the church and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, there should be a model for for-profit ministry. You know what I mean? It's why not? I don't know.
That's why they're nonprofits. Though.
Would that break would that break the church, you think? If they had to pay taxes? Or would they-
I think it'll be. I hope not. But
I don't know. You just charge a membership. Can't you
But,
charge a membership
But
fee?
I mean, even Jesus said, if Caesar's gonna want some too, just give it to Caesar.
just give it to Caesar.
If you have, here's God's, give it to God's. If Caesar
Yeah.
needs some, give it to
Jesus
him.
didn't say, "Hey, go plant churches," as long as it's a 501c3,
Right, exactly.
right? He said,
Right.
"Go."
Yeah, just go out
Go
and
do it.
preach the gospel to all the nations, baptize them in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
And so, if you had to change the business model of the church to accommodate the current cultural norm, then fine, do it.
And I really hope, if it comes to that it'll go back to Acts 2:42, where the church got all of their funds to help everybody in need. That would be
Yeah.
hard,
Yeah,
but at the same time, if the church is going to get taxed, I would think, of course, it's upon someone's own cheerful heart, but maybe the church should put a little extra in there. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, I would go straight. Maybe think about straight membership organization, where you go, it's if you're working, and it's $100 a person a month. Let's say, keep it low.
that would turn me off.
Yeah, would it?
Yeah,
I don't care. I'm like, the bills got to get paid around here somehow.
they do. But
So-
that would definitely turn me off.
Yeah, it wouldn't be ideal.
A paid membership to a
It wouldn't
church.
be ideal. I'm saying it wouldn't be ideal.
Come on. If that happens, we're only going to get, 30% of our taxes? Of our money that we make?
Oh, that's true too, because Biden's gonna jack things way
So
up.
he's going to raise taxes plus abolish the tax cuts that Trump put in.
Oh yeah, we're all going broke.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, we wouldn't even be able to afford $100 for
That is true.
like a gym membership
That
to
is
a
true.
church. You know what I mean? Like,
So the church just goes under.
it would have to.
Unless you have your gym in the church and you charge a gym membership and church is free. Look, I'm here for consulting people.
This guy.
You know what I'm saying?
This guy.
I'm here. If I had to run a for-profit ministry church thing or figure out how to pay the bills to minister to the neighborhood, I might be tempted to put a gym and a tattoo parlor in the back room,
And just
earn money.
earn money.
Just earn money and pay the bills, and that way you can minister free to all the people that come.
Because tattoo shops are independent contractors, huh?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's probably you build the church on top, and then underneath, like if you had 2 floors, the church on top and all the shops on bottom that pay rent to the church.
Yeah. Makes
Well,
sense.
There's things you can do.
But I mean, by that time, everybody's going to be poor.
Yeah, we're gonna be broke, and broke, by the way, is going to be a new standard. Like $120,000 a year is going to be broke.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you only make $120K?
So what? You're only going to get what's this? Bernie Sanders said 80%
Oh
tax.
my God, 80%. Well, they're saying, they're saying that none of that will change for people who make less than $400,000 a year.
I thought that was the stimulus thing.
Nah. It's the taxes. Your tax rate will not change if you make less than almost $500,000 a year.
Yeah, something like that. I know what
And
you're
then
talking about. Yeah.
above that, it goes up to like 40 and then 50 and then 80%. You're like, dude, there ain't no millionaire that I've ever known that would pay 80% tax on anything.
Right. No way.
You want to be hating Trump for paying less tax or whatever. You guys are barking up the wrong tree.
Right. I know.
You know,
Yeah,
that
for
seems,
sure.
That seems like a smart plan to me, because the government don't know how to. Do you know the most expensive cheeseburger you can buy is in Washington, D.C.?
No, I did not know that. Is it that big giant one?
It's a big burger. They put those expensive mushrooms on there, and they put flakes of gold.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have heard about that.
And the politicians can go there and spend all of our money on dumbass $1,000 cheeseburgers.
Golf courses.
Golf courses.
You wanna know
private
something?
planes.
When Obama was president, I would always see him taking vacations
Oh yeah,
on the golf course.
sure.
That's
That's the place.
Doing that stuff, right?
Yeah.
In the 4 years that I've watched this president, I haven't seen him once go to a golf course.
Oh yeah. I don't know what that means though. I mean, he owns golf courses.
Right. He doesn't need
See,
a golf.
See, well, that's the fast.
He is a workaholic.
But that's the thing too, is that he's already a billionaire.
Right. He
Right?
doesn't.
Like Obama, all these guys that were broke coming into politics, got, that's their nest egg. Oh, if I can just become president and then write a book and then go on tour like the Clintons, like Obama's,
Yeah.
they become millionaires afterwards. They crap on the millionaires while they're in office, and they become the millionaires after.
Yeah, and their taxes aren't going to get raised.
No. Dude, they got bank accounts in the Caymans. They got bank accounts
Yeah.
all over the world where they're hiding their
Everywhere.
money.
Yeah.
Obama's not paying no taxes.
At all.
No, ever.
I know.
Ever. So please spare me the outrage on Donald Trump not paying taxes. You know how many jobs that dude provides? I could care less that he pays little tax.
I could care less
He-
too.
he paid-
Yeah, I don't care.
He pays truckloads in corporate tax, I guarantee you.
Business tax,
Business
corporate,
taxes.
yeah, all that stuff.
Guarantee
Yeah.
you. Stuff that most politicians know nothing about because they've never owned any businesses. They don't know jack
Right.
about running a business.
They don't.
They don't know how hard it is to keep people working, to keep the overhead, to keep prices and margins in a place
All
where
they
you can
care
grow.
about is power and control.
That's it.
That's why they want to pack the Supreme Court, because they
Yeah.
want to have power.
They make rules like they're in middle management. Like
Middle
they
management.
have no experience with field work. They have no experience with any of this stuff, but they make rules because they think it makes sense on paper.
It's funny that you say that, because you got some person who's never worked their entire life, paid through college, and ends up being one of those, never worked a day in their life or whatever, and then becomes a business person, middle management, and then all of a sudden, oh, let's do this. Well, do you know the experience of that?
Nope.
Nope. Let's just do it.
I just think it would be good, right? I mean, it only costs another $1,000. What's
Right.
the big deal? Like, what are you talking about? Like AOC. I want to be able to say her whole name. I can't. It's Ocasio-Cortez or whatever.
Alexandria.
Ocasio-Cortez, something like that.
Ocasio-Cortez.
Ocasio. She's like 25 years old. She's 25 years old already.
And they say that she's the future.
Already in politics. She's barely made it out of puberty. And
Right.
she's preaching to us about what is real life.
Yeah, no way.
Like, come on, dude. Like, go get a job, work in the private sector, earn your own money, buy a house with that money that you earned by building a career, and then go into politics and make rules. I want some 25-year-old woman or man telling me how to run my business and what is reasonable and what's not reasonable for me to earn. Like, bite me literally.
Bite you?
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I would let any 25-year-old politician who thinks I should pay more in taxes because I shouldn't make more than whatever to come over and bite my calf.
Well, that's where they want it to go, right? Like, they want everybody to be common ground.
Except for them.
Except for them. Right.
Yeah.
That's how that's how tyranny starts.
Yeah. Well,
And that's the reason why we want to take away the Second Amendment. That's another thing that's on the line is the Second Amendment. They're going to put so many regulations on it. They're going to write new law just to get to that law
right.
to where nobody's going to be able to own a gun.
Dude, like a lot of gun manufacturers won't even ship to California anymore.
Oh, I know.
They're like,
I know.
nah, we're good.
But I heard that there's a surge in gun sales in,
Yes,
in
there is.
California.
Ever since COVID
Yeah.
happened. That's funny. Why? Because check this out. Especially over the last several weeks or even the last several months, where you will ordain mass riots and violent protests, all the while preaching defunding cops and then telling us we're not allowed to have guns.
Guess what I'm going to do?
You're essentially saying you're not allowed to have guns and we're not going to pay anybody to try to protect you. You're screwed.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I'm
come
scared.
on, man.
I'm scared.
Like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
That's like the life we live in right now.
And then what's going to happen, then you're going to have people in front of your houses
Yeah.
watching every single move you make, making sure you don't say anything against the government, making sure that they'll have an armed person in front of your house, making sure that you're doing exactly what they want you to do.
Have you ever
They're going to treason. You're going to death penalty probably.
have you ever read
Should be.
Have you ever read George Orwell's 1984?
No, I haven't.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
They made it a movie too, so for us
Same
who
guy
are-
that wrote Time Machine.
I don't think so, maybe. But that's
I
where
think it is,
that's
yeah,
where
yeah.
like the pundits and all these talking faces
Oh,
talk
okay,
about,
yeah.
oh, that's Orwellian. Right? You ever hear that thrown around?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not
yeah,
it's not the same.
Well, Orwellian is the same, where they're policing speech and they're canceling people out.
Oh, yeah.
So when
yeah.
you watch 1984, they made it into a movie. If you watch 1984, dude, it's hilarious.
It came out that long ago, right? Or
No, it
something.
came out a long time ago,
Really? I thought
but it's still a good movie, dude. It's aged well. Yeah, it's aged well. But even the book, I mean, it's really fascinating because George Orwell was so ahead of his time in that book because he basically predicted all this nonsense, and that's what's really, I think that's what's really crazy about it all is that we're losing our freedoms, and then when you talk about people losing their freedoms, people think, oh, you're just being an alarmist, or you're just being this, or you're just being that, and you're like, I legit want my freedom. That's a core part of who I am. I get to do what I want, when I want, with whomever I want. That's freedom to me.
Yeah.
And I can say whatever I want. And if you don't like it, you bite me. You get the freedom to do that. That's what life is about.
That's what this country was built on.
That's what the country is built on. Freedom. And then you have these people come in. It's in the socialist structure of everything. You have the bourgeoisie and you have the proletariat, right? The proletariat is always like the people workers, right? The the people going, we're going to fight against the bourgeoisie. We're going to, the rich, the 2%, the 1% or whatever. We're going to fight against them and we're going to take what's ours and we're going to get it. And then they switch places right through overthrow or through violence. And so now the proletariat guard takes leadership and pushes the bourgeoisie, puts them in prison, puts them in camps or whatever. And then the proletariat becomes the bourgeoisie and it just cycles.
That's crazy.
Cycles,
Yeah.
cycles, man. That's old school. That's the way they always do it. It's like they're standing for something that's justice for all, and we're going to put down all the rich people. And I grant you, man, there's some rich people out there that are complete dirtbags. I get it, but there's poor dirtbags too.
Aren't the rich the ones who are actually keeping this country like?
They pay all the bills.
Yeah.
So far.
So if you want to get rid of the rich, there's nobody can be a billion or a millionaire. Then
No. Well, they're doing this. Did you hear about this thing now? California's trying to pass a law that says even if you leave California now, you owe California taxes for the next decade.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, because there's a bunch of people leaving California. They're like,
Right.
screw you. We don't want to pay the high taxes here.
Well, then fine. Most of them are. I don't care about that. Tax them because all the Democrats are leaving too. And then guess
Are
what
they?
they're doing?
Hmm.
They're voting the same in other states.
Yeah, but they're contaminating other states.
But tax them. Tax them.
Do you imagine moving out of California and still owing California state tax for the next decade while you're paying other people's state tax?
Yeah, no way.
Double dipping.
Yeah, that's
Can't double dip,
that's
man.
2 hands in your pocket right there.
How many taxes do you need to pay before you start realizing that it's insanity?
Yeah.
Gas is only $1.50 a gallon.
Yeah, you go to Arizona, boom. First gas station
Right.
you see, $1.
Yep.
50.
It's $1.50 or whatever, right? And they have like 10 cents it's gas or tax, 15 cents
Yeah.
is tax or whatever it is. Here it's like half of the gas is all tax.
Right.
$3.50 a gallon.
Well, not
and
even
like $3 of it's
like
tax.
three quarters of what you're paying is tax.
It's tax.
I hate that.
Sales tax, dude. Sales tax in Los Angeles County is like 10 or 11% now. 10%.
That's insane.
That means for every $1,000 you spend, you're paying $100 in
tax.
freaking taxes. Holy crap!
Yeah, that's scary.
That's what you guys want?
More taxes
Yeah. Look, we'll usher it in. Just know that you heard it here first, or second,
or whenever.
or close third.
Yeah. Hopefully one of those. But yeah, what else could go? We've thought of some crazy situations that can happen if the world is progressive, especially in this country.
Oh, yeah.
So, you've heard some of our views on that with Pack in the Court. And, what else do you think? Of course, it's going to destroy America. Maybe not destroy America, but destroy the foundation of what America was built
It's
on.
going to deface America for sure.
Yeah, it's like if you wipe your butt with the founding fathers.
Yeah.
That's
Like
basically
if you just grabbed like a handful of Benjamin Franklin and just on a dirty day,
on a very dirty day, on a swampy day.
on a swampy day.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but
Just John Adams. Hey, Adams.
yeah, still,
Just
like what we were saying,
wiping.
we have the freedom of speech, and that's what we're doing right now. We're speaking our voice. We have our freedom of religion, which we are believers in Jesus, and we share the gospel. And yes, just like he said earlier, the Bible's pretty much, for what we know, right, that preaches obey the government.
Yeah.
So let's just say all of this does happen. How are you going to live?
Look, as long as I obey the government, and as long as I'm not kept from preaching the gospel or worshiping God.
Okay.
That's it, man. As soon as they infringe on that, it's all over.
Right.
That's my rebellious nerve right there. I'm going to follow Scripture as far as I can follow Scripture, but I'm not going to look.
So obey the government.
Obey the government.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to obey the government.
Okay.
I'm going to pay the taxes.
All right. Good. Yeah, me too.
I mean,
And,
until I get a
you know,
Cayman's Island account, and then I'm going to shovel everything that direction.
So there was a question on Pastor's Perspective the other day, just about that, and the question was: so since the Bible tells us, and what was it, 2 Peter, or is it First Peter? First
yeah.
Peter, and in Romans that we're supposed to obey those people who are put in place in political places and stuff like that, the government or a king or people that are set up, and so she's like, so if that's what that is, then what does it matter how we vote if God already knows who's going to be in office? But then I saw your face because I made the same face. I'm like, well,
duh.
Duh.
But
But I mean, God knows what's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Does he know exactly who is going to be in there? Yes,
Yeah.
obviously.
sure.
But it's also the people that cast the vote. Some people don't know God. Some people do.
Mm-hmm.
So should we still vote? Yeah. You should
Well, yeah,
always vote.
of course.
And it's crazy because when you see that, my question to myself, I think I would be more in prayer. Of course, obey the government, do
Yeah.
what the government does, but also to be praying for that person that is in political
Right.
power to get saved.
Mandatory.
Mandatory.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are, I'll leave the country, this and that.
You're not leaving
you're not
nowhere.
leaving no country,
Just,
all right?
just stop pretending.
Yeah, stop it. Straight up. You're not going to, I mean, if you do, prove me wrong. You know what I mean? If you're saying you're going to leave the country, prove me wrong and leave. But yeah, I'm sure, and I'm going to teach my kids, and I'm going to make sure, my grandchildren know to pray, always to pray for the government, no matter who you're sitting under
Yeah.
and who's the authority over you.
Well, people underestimate too that even when wicked people take over, even when governments get out of control and subject the people in tyranny, that's the will of God. Right? That's a punishment. That's a punishment for sin. I mean, God is forever, for all history past, has used wicked nations to discipline his people.
Yeah.
I mean, Israel was taken into captivity
By the
Assyria,
Assyrians.
by Babylon. I mean,
And
they've been taken into captivity
Rome.
by Rome, by all kinds of people as a discipline. God sends wicked people to discipline his people.
Yeah, I think what is it in Isaiah where he says, "I'm going to send somebody even more wicked than the Assyrians."
Yeah.
And then came the Babylonians.
Dude.
I mean, just imagine more wicked.
Dude,
You know what the Assyrians were doing to the Jews? They were
It's horrible.
sticking hooks in their jaws and pulling them.
Yeah.
Because the Assyrian god is a fish.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's why
Oh,
I
yeah.
think in Job, I mean not Job, Jonah, he got spit out by a fish.
Dude, Jonah, that's fascinating.
and just imagine,
how you say that.
this guy just came out of the fish,
Oh, that's funny.
and now he's preaching this,
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
and then he probably, of course, 3 days. If you're going to be 3 days in water, you're going to get all.
I never thought of that. That's
scaly.
interesting.
You're going to get all scaly. Your skin looks old and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And then you're in steamy, hot fermentation, whatever gases and stuff are
Right.
inside the fish.
Sure.
So you're going to come out looking pretty jacked up.
Pretty gross.
So you got some guy preaching to a nation that hates the Jews,
Dude, reluctantly preaching.
and the Jews hate him, and the Assyrians hate the Jews. But then he goes out there, they're probably like, this dude just got swallowed and spit up by a fish, and now he's come
Oh,
over here
yeah.
telling us in 40 days we're gonna die
Unless they repent.
unless you repent. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Hell yeah. Repentance sounds good. Let's do that.
Right.
That dude was just vomited by a fish. Anybody
Yeah.
else want to repent with me?
Right.
We're good, right? I mean, that's like Jonah is the best story because you have a guy who God says, hey, I'm going to send you over here. You're going to preach the gospel, or you're going to preach to them. They're going to repent so I don't have to kill them all. Right? And Jonah goes, nah.
He wanted them to die.
He wanted them to die.
Yeah.
I love Jonah. Jonah's like, nah, I'm out. And he takes off. And then God swallows him up in a fish, spits him out on the beach, and goes, do it.
Do it. All right.
And then he preaches. They repent. He goes and sulks under a tree, praying for death.
Praying for
He's
death.
just like, oh my God.
And then it says
just take
that
me.
God fashioned a worm to eat
So
the tree or the plant that he was sitting
so
under.
awesome.
Isn't that crazy?
So awesome. Jonah's the best.
But that's
But that's the judgment.
right.
There's judgment that comes, and it comes in multiple forms. And for his people who don't pray even now, like, look, John MacArthur, dude, you shouldn't be meeting in your church. That's just the way it is, man. You just shouldn't. You know better. You're going to follow the authorities of the government and wait until they release the guidelines so that you can meet inside your church. Stop. Why are you going to be like that? You guys don't need to be meeting in your church. The church is stronger than COVID, and it's stronger than the laws. You guys should just pray.
Right. Pray. And guess what? The church isn't the building.
Pray for your leadership. Pray for your government. Pray for each other. Take the time to go deeper instead of standing on. I'm going to stand on my laurels. I'm going to be like, we need to be meeting.
Yeah. I don't like that prideful stuff.
Dude, your church is like, they're all like 80 years old anyway. Should you be in the same room together? You shouldn't be. I love you, Johnny Mac.
Johnny Mac.
Dude, Johnny Mac, I got your back, but you're being silly.
Yeah.
I was going to come up with something to rhyme with
Right.
back,
but you can't. But
well, I was going to call him a sack, but what is that? Like a sack of potatoes?
of gold.
Gold,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that's not, you can
See.
interpret that.
Yeah, I could, and I will because it's living. It's a living interpretation.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the Constitution, it's changing.
It shouldn't be. That's what I was gonna say. That there's like a few different. What do you call them? Originalists.
Yeah.
And Amy, that new justice. She graduated top at Notre Dame, and she's an originalist. I forgot. There's another term right after that, but she's on the side where it's not a living document.
No, it's because it's not.
To where in the same school that she went to, different ideas come out of it, which they're still originalists, but they swing in different ways.
Oh,
But she's on the side of set in stone, like it's law. And that's what they're afraid of, because she will go by the law the way it's supposed to be interpreted.
well, that's so funny when you talk about originalists or you talk about those. I forget the other term for it, but it's any letter that's written. You can talk about biblical letters Paul wrote to the church or Peter wrote to the church, whatever. They all had a very specific theme for why they were writing, a very historical reason, a context by which they were writing. And the Constitution is very much the same way.
Right.
Those guys, when they wrote the Constitution, had particular principles. Principles don't change, laws do, right? I mean, they had particular principles in mind. What principles did they have in mind when they wrote it? That's what it meant. That's what it means, and that's what we should obey.
Yeah. What else did she say? She said, she's on the side to where as culture moves, even though it's a set in stone document, that it should still, like with technology. Back then when they wrote it, they didn't have technology.
Sure, yeah.
They didn't have that. She more errs on the side of, okay, we need to, instead of, I got to reflect the Bible instead of the Bible reflecting me.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if time moves, even though this is still set in stone, we still have to apply it to the time now.
Right.
But the document should never be changed to reword things just so it could fit the culture.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's what.
Yeah.
So that's the way.
I agree with that. That's the that's America. That document.
Yeah.
is America.
That is America.
Right. And if you don't like that document, you probably don't belong here.
Yeah.
By all means, man, there are so many different countries you could possibly go to with varying degrees of what our Constitution would say. Even super liberal places, you can go there and just go there. That's cool. Like, I don't care, man. I just want my freedom. I want my kids' freedom after me.
Right. And that's why I want to teach my kids. And that's what my kids are actually learning in school.
Yeah.
The good stuff.
The good stuff.
That original, the good history. You know,
Yeah.
back from the 60s, not the 50s and 60s, not the thousands and millennium.
Well,
Yeah.
we're so crazy now, man.
It's changed within 100 years.
I just think a
70
society,
years or whatever.
you are a super bored society when you start trying to ignore gender. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you're debating on the scale of what male and female are and that it's a construct, you're too bored. You need to go to work, join something that's tough, because you're sitting around thinking about some crazy ass nonsense and it doesn't benefit anybody.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell me that XY and XX chromosomes don't matter and that gender is somehow fluid or some kind of social construct. You're too bored.
Yeah, that is kind of bored.
You need to think of some other ways to spend your time, because that's the end of, I mean, societies die. Rome died or faded away on those similar issues.
Oh, yeah, for sure, because they were all about that.
They were all about that. Why? Because they were bored.
They were definitely bored.
Super big. They were super, wealthy.
Yeah.
Just coasting, man. They're just cruising. They stopped conquering stuff a long time ago. They just kept. Then they started cruising and cruising. And then all of a sudden you're cruising so far and you start wondering to yourself, am I a boy or a girl? And what does that mean to be a boy or a girl? I don't know. And
I think I need to go to college for that.
Yeah, let me go ask my professor if I'm a boy or a girl. And then the professor now, he's been spending some time thinking about that. And he goes,
bored thinking.
Bored thinking. It's not real thinking. It's just bored thinking. I've been thinking about that too, Josh. And I'm thinking I think gender is a construct.
I've never asked you that question.
A social construct.
I've never asked you that question, by the way.
Gender is a social construct. And
Just
I think
weird.
if you want to, you can jump in and out as you want. Interesting note, not that we decided to talk about gender, but I think, did we talk last time about, we touched on the fact that prisons are now going to house inmates according to their gender identity?
Yeah.
Perfect, dude.
No.
How badly do you want to go break laws right now so you can identify as if I were a single man, if I were a single wicked man with no moral background at all, yeah, buddy.
I'm a woman.
I'm breaking laws. And by the way, I'm a chick. Tell me, I need to be over there because, hey, I'm a woman. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Heck,
I know.
Yes. That's party time in the showers with a bunch of chicks.
Yeah, when they made that whole gender neutral bathroom, locker room and stuff like that, that was my first thought. If I was a boy,
oh, perfect.
I'm a girl.
Just a scrupulous boy.
And then after you go in there and then come out and you're like, oh, I feel like a boy again.
Oh, yeah.
After you're already done.
Because it's fluid.
Yeah.
I just generally felt like a boy till after the shower. I mean, I took a shower with a bunch of girls. It was a good shower.
But I mean, that's the way. I mean, I guess they would put more restrictions on schools, hopefully, right? Which I don't think they did.
No, they won't.
Yeah.
They want you to express yourself. They'll give you a condom or whatever and tell you to figure it out.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
do.
I mean, that's what public schools do.
That's what they do.
Yeah. You need to be safe.
Go experiment.
This is how you put one on.
Go ahead and experiment. Explore
Yeah,
yourselves.
I remember that.
So dumb.
I was just like, really? I was like, crap.
This is when you hold up the condom they gave you and you're like, all right, who's in?
Let's go explore.
We're taking volunteers. I'm taking volunteers right now.
You're an idiot. But I mean, that's probably the way I thought
Until
too.
the
back
one
then.
girl in the back goes, And then you're like, all right, you and me. There.
You're a fool.
I am.
But that's the man. It's more than just packing the court. It's our whole way of life.
Yeah.
It's our whole, like you've been talking about, our freedoms and they these people on both sides are like, yeah, we the people want this, or we the people want that, and it's like, well, I don't want that. You're not speaking for me when you say that.
Man.
But then it's if it goes to the way I think it would,
Yeah.
I mean, life is going to change. The culture is going to change. Mindset is going to change. Morality will not be here anymore. You're either moral or immoral. That's what absolute is, right?
But the mission doesn't change.
The mission doesn't change. Exactly. That's where I was getting to. But the mission doesn't change.
Love people, make disciples.
Yes. That's all we're supposed to do, no matter who's in power of the government.
It doesn't matter anything. Nothing.
Yeah.
None of that matters. If you get your eyes off the mission, then you are wrong.
If the church needs to go underground because they don't get taxed, fine.
Fine. Whatever.
Go underground, fine. Dude, we'll have church in here.
Will we feel bad for all of those pastors that never got an education and have no marketable skills to speak of? Yes, of course.
Right.
But we'll be the church still, and we'll help you learn how to build cars or whatever you need to do.
Yeah, we'll come in here. We'll do a podcast. Oh, if we still have that freedom.
We'll have freedom. It's going to be underground black market podcast.
Black market. So we'll be dealing with the dark web and
dark web, dude. We're going to be doing a different podcast from different places all over the place,
and cryptocurrency because it's untraceable. So yeah, we can do that.
Yep.
Underground church it is.
Wherever you are and you need encouragement, Goad will be there.
Yeah, the Goad will be there.
Because while we will obey our authorities, we will very low key be putting out the gospel.
Yeah.
Or at least our opinions. Which are not the same thing, by the way. The gospel is much more powerful than our opinions. But
yeah.
If
and him and I don't have the same opinions sometimes.
Him and I.
And theological.
Pretty close.
Yeah, pretty close.
But
we're still here. I mean,
still
and
here.
Look, we're 6 feet apart. Come on.
Oh my gosh, we're just accidental.
No, that's the reason why I got it.
6 foot desk.
Dude.
Right?
Is it? Or is it like 5? Who cares?
No, that's 6 for
Yeah,
sure.
it is.
I couldn't lay down
I know,
there.
yeah, I couldn't either.
I'm 5'9". I'm sorry, 5'8". Thank you, Joe Rogan, for proving that I'm 5'8".
Bam! I'm 5'7", by the way.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I always thought I was 5'8", but I'm 5'7". I guess because I would usually use my shoes when I would measure myself.
Yeah. I did the same thing, dude. I did the same thing. I thought I was 5'9". And then Joe Rogan says, "Oh man, these shoes, these he says these barefoot sole shoes are the best shoes ever." And I was having ankle problems, so I thought, I'm gonna get me a pair of those barefoot shoes.
Like bear.
Yeah. There's no soles on this really. Like, look at my shoe here. This is like.
Oh, I thought you meant like a bare foot.
No, it's a barefoot, like your bare foot. No, like, you put it on, you all of a sudden have claws. You can climb trees and stuff.
A soulless bare foot.
He's got
like,
a soulless
whoa.
barefoot. But then I put it on, dude, and then all my pants were too long. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm only 5'8".
Oh, yeah, I can see that. I mean, those aren't bare. It still has some soul in it.
No, it's got soul, but it's like no soul.
It's not holy though.
It's not like you're walking barefooted, but it's like
it's not a holy soul though.
No, it's not a.
It's not bare feet, and it's not a holy soul.
It's not bare feet, and it's not a bare foot.
Yeah,
it's whatever. This went backwards. Hey, Goat Podcast. We're going on a year, dude.
Yeah. We are going on a year.
About halfway through, we lost our third.
Which is cool. I mean, maybe we could do a special episode on Thursday.
Oh, my God. A little special episode with little Jared Stratton?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, my gosh, dude.
He will be here on Thursday.
I just talked to him the other day. You know what? He'll be here Thursday?
He'll be here Thursday.
Stop it. I wonder if I'll have time. Think he'd do it?
I think so.
I don't think he likes the goat people anymore, but
he likes the goat.
No, he
I
likes
think
it.
he,
No,
likes,
he
he
loves-
likes the goat people.
he loves everybody, but he's a bit of a nomad. And he moves around a lot.
Yeah, he does.
And because he comes from gypsies, and what can you do? But yes, that would be awesome if we could do a special episode Thursday. Let's try to work that into the schedule.
Yeah.
And then we'll do 1 year.
I am taking the night off. I mean, 1 year for recording, I
1
guess.
year.
Yeah. But for
Potato.
but for the actual launch.
We launched in January,
Yeah.
but we started recording in October.
Yes.
And it happens to be October now.
Yeah. So I
So-
think that should be a special episode.
So we do an anniversary special of the month we started recording.
and since now, next week is the Bible study,
Yeah.
we'll have Jared in here. Or
Oh yeah.
should we do that if Jared is here instead of that next
Triple
week?
sermon it.
Yeah.
Ooh, we gotta pick a good passage. If it's gonna be
Three of us?
if it's gonna be a threesome.
So we'll stop John for now unless we don't do it on Thursday. We'll
Yep.
continue in John next week. But yeah, dude. If anybody would like to see that,
Yeah, you can
you'd
hit
like to see
share.
Jared back in here for one day.
How about we do this? How about if you'd like to see Jared in here for another visit, we're not going to ask him, but if you'll share it enough to where it gets back to him
Yeah.
and then he asks, then we'll do it. How's that?
That day?
Thursday? God, I hope. I'll check my schedule tomorrow, but
All right.
I hope that would be cool. I would
even-
want to do that.
Even, well, yeah, I would love to do that too. Even if not, I mean, yeah.
No, I want to do it. So if he finds out about it without us asking, is he watching right now?
No, I don't,
Okay,
I don't
see.
think he will.
Then if he finds out about it, then we'll accept that as a
Sometimes he watches.
sign from the Lord.
Oh, so you're going to put out a fleece? Why don't we just
Yeah,
ask
please.
him?
We could. I was trying to be crafty with it. I was trying to get everybody to share it until it got back to him. 6
Well-
degrees of Jared Stratton.
I was trying to say if you would like us to ask him or if you want to see him here,
Oh,
then
I guess-
like and share.
Oh, okay. I like your direction better.
Because then
That's a better
we're going to
direction.
ask him anyway, right?
That's a better direction. So just forget everything I said.
We have one like.
Do what he asked. Is it Jared?
No, it's actually Daniel.
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 All right. So look, subscribe, share. We're going on a year. 2020 is soon, hopefully, is going to die a very fantastic death. And 2021 will be the soaring of a brand new era, both politically and in our goat podcasting.
Sorry, Daniel. Daniel said I want to see Jared ride a goat Thursday.
I do too, Daniel. Dude, I do too. Oh my gosh, I haven't. That's
Dang.
funny. Yes, a goat. Do we have a goat? Dude, you have a goat across the street.
No, that's an actual horse. Oh wait, a goat. Yeah,
He's
there
got
are goats, and
He's got goats.
and there's kids. Those kids got goats. Those goat got
Daniel,
kids.
I bet if we ask those people next door, they might let Jared ride in on a goat. And if they won't let him ride in on a goat, I bet you we can get Jared to milk one.
Well, I guess maybe if we can't get Jared to ride the goat, we could get Daniel to ride a goat.
Do we get Daniel to ride a goat?
Daniel?
Daniel would ride a goat because he's all fit and, in shape, and he's all crazy about, activities and stuff. We just get him on a goat.
Dude, Daniel, let's get you on a goat,
dude,
bro.
if we could get Daniel and Jared in a goat joust.
Oh, like playing chicken?
Yes. Dude, you ever seen a goat joust?
Dude,
Hell no, you haven't,
because we thought of it.
that's right.
We just thought of it.
A goat joust. You haven't seen nothing
So,
until you've seen a good goat
A
joust.
joust like in the medieval times or
No, yeah.
or
totally.
just a fight?
No, totally. Like medieval times with a stick, like a broomstick or something.
Right. A sharpened broomstick?
Yeah, sure. Look, between Daniel and Jared, they're sturdy.
Yeah, they are.
They're sturdy individuals.
I would love that. Whoever else would love to see that, like and share. Let us know. Make a comment. Right, Daniel?
Anybody want to see somebody impaled by a goat stick? Mm-hmm.
A goad stick.
Yeah, goat stick.
That's what we should do.
Dude, we're going to paint like G-O on the one goat and A-D on the other goat. And when their heads collide, it's going to be goat. And that's going to be ridiculous. The podcast is going to blow up and you guys are you're going to see a whole new set because, why not?
On a rolling log over a mud's hole.
Oh, dude, like professional pillow fighting. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I actually have.
When they straddle a log over water, they soak the pillow in and they freaking hit each other.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
I would not. I will watch you do that.
To myself.
To Daniel. Or to Jared.
Dude, I almost got my wife to say, all right, you and Jared go at it.
To fight?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I cannot imagine.
I could imagine.
I can't. I cannot imagine two grown men just fighting.
We even tried to say maybe even in a bounce house.
Oh my gosh! Now I would pay to see that one. Fighting in a bounce house. Somebody's bound to break an ankle.
Yeah, that's why I think it's a little more dangerous.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous.
So yeah,
You're
should
gonna
just
land on a hip or
Love you too, Daniel. Love you too, brother.
All right. On that note, on Daniel's loving note.
Yeah.
Share and like and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe Spotify, iTunes, wherever.
And tell us what kind of things you would like to see us do. Like,
what sucks about this podcast and what's good. And then help us and we'll develop however content we need to because we really enjoy doing this.
So we already have, I know I've been saying this for a long time that we want to make videos and put them out on YouTube. So we already kind of have two of them, right? Or maybe even three of them, right?
Three of them.
The hot challenge.
Yeah. Oh, in the works.
Yeah, in the works.
Yeah, the hot challenge.
What else is there?
Some Christian illegal challenge.
There's the what were we gonna do with the? It was gonna be like a triathlon type of thing with wearing like a donkey suit while doing the ice bucket challenge and eating.
Drinking a gallon of milk or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we had that triathlon type of thing that we were going to do.
Right.
And then, the fight.
And then the fight, your and Jared's fight that never happened. I knew it wouldn't happen.
Never happened because of the wives.
Well, wives are smart.
Yeah, they are. And it's good that you said that because your wife just joined.
Let's face it, man. If it weren't for the wives, we'd be all institutional.
Or in the hospital.
Yeah, maybe in the hospital. We wouldn't know we were in the hospital. We'd be, dang. My wife just joined to see if I were still here.
Oh, is that what you think it is?
Yeah, she's like, is the podcast over yet? Are you guys done? Are you coming home?
Well, I mean, you did. It's already 8:24.
Carly, my love, I'm coming right now.
He is.
All right.
Trust him. All right.
Subscribe, like, share. Give us your comments and everything. We really want to know because we really want to provide content that makes your life better.
Yeah. Like talking about stuff that we don't know.
That's just about everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's about everything.
Do you say the first thing that comes out of your head sometimes?
Sometimes.
Yeah, me too.
That's just like, very... Yeah, if you want good advice from people who barely know anything, that's definitely here.
Yeah, for sure.
So Goat Podcast.
Unless this is your counseling session, then we're here for you.
I mean, this is a good way to feel good about yourself too, by the way.
Yeah, watching two dummies.
Just watching two idiots talk about politics. You're like, all right, now I feel better about myself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're here for you. It's a ministry of love.
Yeah, it's outreach.
Yeah, we try to,
try to provoke thought into your minds. That's pretty much it.
We increase your self-esteem.
Yeah.
Every time you watch us. In the hopes also that you don't lower your IQ while doing so. So anyway,
I hope that because you need to be on my level. Goat out.
Goat Podcast out. See you guys.